Hi, my name is Dean Gomez, and for my proposition for the policy debate affirmative is the government should put a price ceiling on gas prices. The reason I support this claim is because gas prices are starting to get out of control, and families and individuals with lower income are starting to not be able to afford essential items because of this. My first source is from the Los Angeles Times, and this source covers the stock issue of significance of why gas prices get so high. Not to mention, we also have a historically low level of fuel in the reserve, and this needs to change. California, along with other parts of the United States, require an action plan to help with this crisis. We've got to make longer run plans and not just wait until the crisis is upon us, states Severin Borenstein, the director of UC Berkeley's Energy Institute at the Haas School of Business, who sat on statewide committees in 1999 and 2015 aimed at finding possible solutions for the state's volatile fuel market. My second article is from fee.org, and this explains the stock issue of harms that would come with a price ceiling. An excellent example that he gives in this article is making an item cheaper. For the sake of this argument, we're going to use gasoline, which means there is going to be less gasoline to go around. So yes, although there will be less gas to go around, people will not suffer financially. I would also need help seeing a future where gas stations are telling people there isn't enough gasoline to fuel their cars. A good reason for this is that there was a time when gasoline was cheaper and they weren't struggling. My next article is going to be from WRI.org. This article shows the stock issue of solvency. It shows how we can potentially solve gas prices in the modern age. The first example that the article gives is better low-cost public transit. This would be a great idea to get the gas prices to decrease in this country. If more people rode the bus or train, then that would put less demand on gas companies, forcing them to lower gas prices. The second option the article lists would to expand pre-tax commuter benefits into a sustainable transport account. This is also a great idea because if people had more money in their pockets strictly devoted to the uses of public transportation, then more people would use that instead of their car, saving money on gas for the average consumer and forcing gas companies to lower their prices. The third way would be to improve electric vehicle incentives. This is a fantastic idea. The current incentives set in place for electric vehicles aren't very good. If we could improve on having more people switch to electric than gas, then less people would actually be purchasing gas, again, driving prices down. The fourth and final way that this article lists to encourage work from home. As simple as it sounds, if more people worked from home, then there would be more and more people off the road, meaning less people purchasing gas, which in turn would be for big oil to lower its gas prices, making everybody happier. The next article I chose is from businessinsider.com. This article is a perfect example of the stock issue of plan. This article talks about how the White House is planning on putting a price ceiling on gas prices to prevent them from completely skyrocketing into the sky. They are going to be putting it up for vote next week. They're going to be voting on placing a program forth that would ban companies from using excessive gas prices. In a press conference announcing legislation on Thursday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said, "Price gouging needs to stop." This just goes to show that people in high places also agree with having some sort of gas price ceiling in place would be a good thing. Not only is this unfortunate on the American public, but is really hurting the lower class individuals. Some, if not most of the lower class, cannot even afford to use their car anymore, making them not be able to get to work and possibly being fired because of these dang high gas prices. The next stock issue that I'm going to be talking about is inherency, and the article I chose is from abcnews.go.com. It shows us how nothing changes and gas prices will constantly rise unless we do something. It is saying we will experience inflation no matter what we do. The average person does not have the income to support a family with the price of gas prices. The problem here is that people are losing money overall their livelihood because nothing is changing. In the article, it states gas prices could rise even higher over the coming weeks as the summer travel booms, bringing more people to the pump, industry analysis told ABC News. The spike in demand coincides with a shortage of crude oil supply amid the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Gas prices are going to keep getting higher and higher now that we have a less supply of oil and nothing is going to change. A good way that we could change this is that we could possibly open up our own fuel lines and take oil from where we have here directly in the United States. The next and final article I have is from Investopedia.com. This article explains the stock issue of Advantage. According to the report, almost every portion of the economy has gone down due to high gas prices. The advantage of lower gas prices is that all these factors in the economy would go back up, creating a better and healthier economy. An example of an economy going down is that the article gives the airlines. The airlines have significant cost increases because they require massive fuel to operate. And the average consumer is paying more for a ticket because of these high operating costs. However, an upside to this is the introduction of Zoom meetings. This saves companies and people millions of dollars on business trips because the average businessman can now do sessions virtually.